That was still quite a big throw by OG. The fact that I was really surprised that they continue to go for that, right? They lose the Ember Spirit, and they're like, screw it, we're doing it. And then they decided to dive their base when there was still a power-up against a team that's very good at defending against that exact situation with Rock.
Also, even if he does get the Bloodseeker kill, like, he doesn't know that Bloodseeker could just have buyback.
Yes.
It's like...
honestly, you gotta really appreciate... I love both OG and Na'Vi, because I could easily see Na'Vi in that situation do the exact same play that OG did.
Okay, purging out. Ana, not going to have the Flame Guard, but he will have the kill. As once again, he times that attack just right to get the last hit.
That's practice right there, man.
Well, OG may have thrown the game a little bit, but they have not relinquished the map control, or at least not a ton of it. Na'Vi have managed to push out at least one lane. Magical doing a bit of damage to the bottom tier 1, but it's a simple thing for an Arc Warden to be able to deal with these pushes, thanks to his Tempest double. Rod of Atos, Magical. They're going to hold him there, but all of a sudden, surprise, he didn't expect 2 more heroes behind Magical. The pull back into the silence, just beautiful. Okay, now the stomp. Jarex from a distance, going to try and hit him with that swashbuckle, slow him down, keep poking at him if possible. But knows that he can't really commit too much with Thompson and Sam on the other side of the map. The Tempest double is going to be able to immediately jump on Zayak, who probably realizes that there may have been some sort of vision there. They're going to have more TPs? Is the Warlock really going to TP into this?
This is the worst part. Any illusion-based hero against supports, when you're behind, like when you play against a Naga or an Arc Warden, it really feels like you're playing a different game than everybody else.
Absolutely perfect.
It's one of those weird things where normally you could say there's a trade-off to your deaths, but in this case you're dying to an illusion. There's no risk that Thompson has to put to any of that, so you're just like, well, I just died for literally nothing.
Fantastic. Alright, so he did go Bloodstone because you just have to.
Yeah.
It's the unfortunate part, but now you, instead of building Orchid or any sort of DPS item, you have to go for the BKB.
Okay.
This is the right decision.
Sineko. Like, is he just aggressively pushing on lanes, or maybe he's baiting as Blizzy, as well as Magical is also going to be joining him here. They do manage to kill that Warlock, pull back on Ana. Blizzy actually fighting with Seth, though. They don't have a disable to be able to stop him. Blizzy will manage to get away. Same goes with Magical.
I think they were trying to force TPs.
Yeah. Well, they did that.
Yes, because
So
they went for like the split play where both people went for like different targets, but they're unlikely kills because they still have the tier 1 tower up.
Yeah.
So I think they were just trying to force people up so then you could continue to farm top. And this is why OG is trying to read that, and they drew the line and saying like cut them off at top as well.
Yeah.
Get there before they get there.
Okay. And Jarex and Thompson's Tempest double immediately show up, and that's such a hard thing because even if his Tempest double dies here, the job has already been done. He's already pushed in that lane. They are going to be able to get the Rupture onto Jarex, who uses himself to buy himself a little bit more time, cancels the Rolling Thunder, has a swashbuckle up, but he's just going to play on that high ground for now. Now, especially that Ana is here to be able to protect him, especially with that Arcane Root.
Oh, they got the kill.
Jarex does eventually die there as the Shadow Poison was enough.
Popped.
That was a 5-stack of Shadow Poison. That'll do it to you. He's almost got Blink Dagger. That is a very dangerous item for OG. A Shadow Demon with Blink Dagger, the smoke. Magical's going to be able to get some information with that. The Tempest double jumping forward. Crystallize is going to be disrupted. Same with the Rod of Atos. But they do manage to get another one on the ropes. But what a jump in from Blizzy. The lockdown of both Sam as well as Ana gets that kill. No tail. Finally tries to go for the stop. And look at that goal. He just rolled in for Na'Vi. This, what was it? 16K at one point? I remember that number at least. It is beginning to be chipped away by Na'Vi.
What am I feel like OG was winning this game until they weren't. Like,
yeah.
I don't know what's happened. They really didn't have to do that dive at bottom. There should have been.
No, they didn't. Thompson just jumping in with his Tempest double, trying to go for the fast kill onto Sineko. Sineko Unable to protect himself, and Crystallize actually being forced to use his BKB here as the real Thompson jumping forward, but the disruption managed to get it on the real one. Can the rest of his team turn for it? Blizzy makes the jump in, managed to get the call. The Gold Scepter protecting him, but still managed to get the kill onto Thompson. A massive one at that, well worth the cost of a Warlock so far. And look at Blizzy juking around Jerix's roll.
Can't believe this game.
Can they go back to taking this tier 1 tower? I don't think so. Fresh heroes are coming up. Anna as well as Seb are about to revive. They've got side lanes to push out.
Dude, Na'Vi is resilient.
Yeah.
That is a...
I'll be honest with you, I didn't think, when I watched the laning phase, I felt like Blizzy did not get enough out of his laning phase, but he's coming in big time in this mid game.
Yeah, it really helps that they gave him a free blade mail when they all jumped into the base and they gave like 2,000 gold away.
Yeah, that.
But he is... we were talking about it earlier, like, you know, opportunity is like, you grasp luck or whatever it is when it comes at you.
Yep.
You don't throw those opportunities away. You make the most of it, and he's made definitely the most of it.
Okay. Not an Ember Spirit player, right?
I kind of am.
Okay.
I've got like a 30% win rate.
So where... How many games?
It's like,
is this like out of 10?
50?
You've won 3 games of...
Dude, my Ember is real bad, but continue.
Okay. Where do you stand on the Aghanims? Because we are obviously friends with quite good Ember Spirit in Gunnar, and he's actually very much against the Ember. He thinks it's a trap.
I think it's really good if you're close to 25.
That's what I said.
Yeah,
the same mindset.
But I don't see, the problem is, I guess he could use one defensive item. I think that I think Ember especially, what the real bait about this hero is because you have mobility, and all mobility heroes fall into this trap, you think you don't need BKB. But I disagree. I think this hero, out of all the heroes, needs BKB like the most.
Okay.
It's your free get out of jail free card, and it also means that like you can use your remnants when you don't have Ags very aggressively.
Okay. So it's BKB literally just for the Storm Spirit? Because I don't think anybody else...
Yeah, I mean, also you don't get disrupted.
Ah, okay.
So there's no setup for the Axe call too.
Okay.
And the damage on top of that I think is really nice. Plus you can't get silenced. Like the way that he died earlier in the bottom rune fight was he got pulled into the Bloodseeker silence and he dies. You have BKB there, there's absolutely nothing that they can do against you, right? There's like some pure damage that they have, but it would go through regardless of what item you went, like bar Aeon Disc. I'm not about to see an Aeon Disc Ember in current year.
Well, this Bloodseeker, Crystallize, has picked up a Butterfly. Crystallize is well known for being able to pull out these carry games, and even though the game is tough for him, he's still able to get all the farm he needs, and we're seeing that coming out of his net worth. He also has a level 20 talent with the 600 Rupture cast range, so he's going to be able to get that from a long distance and
also,
neutralize.
What people might find a little bit curious is the fact that he decided to go for the Butterfly this early on. And this is early, trust me, for most Agi heroes.
Yes.
But the reason you have to do it is because of the Enchantress matchup.
Right.
And purely for that, I believe.
That makes sense. Because most heroes feel like they don't, like this early of Butterfly, you don't have the stats to back up, like evasion. Call? Missed. Jerix. Now just going to kite Blizzy on the other side of the river. Magical ends up dying, though. That is a rough one.
They actually just have to get out now.
This is a total reset now. Look at that. The Aghanim Scepter is going to be able to find a +1. The Shadow Demon. And a BKB forced out from Crystallize as well.
That's going to get pretty low now. What is that, 7-6?
Yeah, he's down to a 7-second BKB. Turns around, goes for the silence. Sineko's warning him. Don't think about diving. I've got that chaotic offering. They're still going to go for it, though. Crystallize is so low, and that is enough. Without the BKB, he can't protect himself against all that magic damage. Sineko turns around, drops the golem. They're now going to buy back on Magical. Trying to go for that fast kill on Anna. Unable to protect him with that magnetic field. Thompson trying to save his carry, but not the case here. And a disruption coming out from Zayas as he loads up the poison. Jerix does manage to get a Lotus Orb out. The Shadow Demon is dead. He committed heavily to be able to try and kill the forward position of OG. Now it's just left the Magical to try and clear out the creeps as best as he can and prevent OG from finishing off this tier 3.
They went for the dive again. This time it doesn't cost them like 4 lives.
Yeah.
And they get the buyback out. So they're trying to stabilize a little bit.
I was a little bit surprised they didn't try and finish up the tier 3, but I guess this feels like a free Roshan.
I actually think their lineup is pretty... I mean, aside from the Arc Warden, it's sort of hard to hit towers.
Yeah.
Neither of the supports can do it. Ember Spirit's bad at it. Arc Warden's really the only one that particularly enjoys it.
And he's quite susceptible to the Storm Spirits.
Yeah,
so.
he doesn't want to get Storm Axe jumped, being the only person like hitting high grounds.
At least not yet anyway. Soon he will have the Scythe of Ice, and that will be a significant tool against the Storm. Storm will have the BKB though, around the same timing, so.
It was, they went for that one aggressive.
Blizzy?
No.
What are you doing, buddy?
They keep trying to get aggressive, because I think they think the game is like stabilized. But not yet.
No, certainly not. But still, 12,000 net worth lead for OG now. And if they lose Blizzy, this likely means OG is free to take Roche again.
He's a huge hero, because his item set is so valued right now for what it does, Blink Blade Mail.
Absolutely perfect.
With that, Na'Vi, well, they proved before that they can play this defensive turtle game and force OG into situations where they may overcommit, make some mistakes. They're going to have to do it again.
I don't know if anybody needs to force OG to make mistakes. Like, that's not even trying to flame. I just think that's their playstyle. Like they want to establish that dominance.
Yes. That has kind of been OG's playstyle and what got them through last TI. A lot of it was just being able to have the confidence and teamwork to run it.
Yeah. It's the idea that you treat things like pubs. You know, you just have fun. It's a cool way to play Dota. It's what makes them a lot of fans too.
Yeah. Lit Thompson and Ana, especially as you start giving them all these last hits on kills, put them into a place where they've got a net worth advantage and they feel strong enough and confident enough to just go in and outplay people.
And for Na'Vi, the thing about Na'Vi and what makes it such a fun stylistic matchup is I think they're very similar to you.
Yeah.
In that regard. It's just they got off to such a bad laning start where Thompson getting the solo kill and all that.
Fast jump in from Ana with that Aghanim Scepter. Zayak looking for something, trying to get out the purge, but may just die before he gets anything cast out. It's a well-timed Rod of Atos into the stomp, prevents him from casting a single spell. Blizzy spotted as he actually runs into the sentries. A long jump in from Magical, but it really doesn't do that much damage as Thompson is still going to be okay. No, he's not. He tried to go for the TP out, doesn't actually make it. A long jump over, actually catches No Tail as well. Great awareness from Magical. Another zip out with a TP away to the fountain is going to allow him to get away, but Crystallize won't be as lucky. It looks like he gets hexed up as his BKB fades. He doesn't make the jump away, but Magical still being alive might be able to at least keep this to one lane of Rax. Maybe he's able to hold entirely. We'll have to see.
Thompson did use the buyback for that, so there's some opportunity for them as the immediate buyback from Crystallize. This will be a 3v4.
Seb, that's a great counter to Aeon Disc, I guess, in a way. You throw out Soul Catcher, 1 point of damage instantly. Soul Catcher's or Aeon Disc is gonna get popped.
I have to imagine that's more for the Axe, but it works in that situation too. Thompson's gonna be set of racks.
We'll finish up that lane of barracks. Gets a little bit of chip damage on the tier 3 and tier 4s. And now it's Shrine time. So OG are going to be able to reclaim what they lost when it came to that gigantic network lead that they had real early on to the game. Brings it back after a few pickoffs and some well-established pushes. But the next push is going to be harder as they do manage to... it's okay, just keep on committing to these Arc Warden Tempest doubles if you can. They're worth a lot of gold. But sadly, they actually didn't have enough. Magical almost dying to it.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Actually just got forced completely into the base.
But we almost have level 25 on Storm Spirit, and that is just a nightmare to push against.
Yes. Have they just given him all the tomes?
Maybe. I mean, he has been the recipient of a lot of these solo kills.
It's very true, too. Alright, so they smoke right in front of their base.
Just to get some, trying to get some vision down. Unspotted Zayak actually managed to get the disruption. Free cast to blink in from Thompson's Tempest double. So we get the illusions to try and deal with the Tempest double and kill it for very little commitment. still, it's so tanky. Trying to push out that mid lane. They are going to be able to finally the Tempest double dies. Heal up a little bit more for Magical. See if he can deal with this bottom lane push to Seb. Every single time, he just establishes himself as this super tanky hero that could be right there hitting the barracks, and they can't really commit to him. That's why the Storm Spirit is always going for that back line. Doesn't manage to find the real Thompson. He's going to be forced to pop the cheese, but now Magical. Oh no, he's used a little bit too much. He does have a bunch of stick charges though. One last jump gets him close to the fountain, but not close enough. And sees a weakness, and he's going to try and jump towards him, finish him off. The Storm Spirit, he's low, and he dies. The Golem doesn't get there in time to be able to bail him out. That's 2 minutes on the clock. Snako, he's going to die here as well. Doesn't even have his level 20, so no extra Golem for him on death. And Na'Vi, with only 2 members alive, Crystallize and Zyke, it's going to be a very, very hard hold for them. Fortunately, OG are quite slow at being able to hit buildings. But I have to imagine 90 seconds might just be a bit too much unless the Shatter Team can manage to get a kill off of this one. Seb, he gets quite low, but there's a Lotus Sword to remove some of the Shadow Poison stacks. Yules after Yules, but it's not enough. Another 2-minute timer. This time it's the Shatter Demon. Look at these. All right, Blizzy.
I mean, what is he gonna do, man?
Oh,
what are you gonna do?
And that's where you call it. You don't want to get farmed in the fountain anymore by Thompson, because that's exactly what he's going to do. He did it before on a Roshan, on Spawn. This time he's doing it to Na'Vi Heroes. An OG, a little bit of a close call there, as they did get a bit overzealous.
I'm just going to be 100% honest with you. That was not that close of a call. There was no point of that where, you know, if you're a fan of OG, you shouldn't have really been worried. We were trying to like make it sound close, like, they threw, and like they did a little bit, but you can only throw like that when you're realistically like as far ahead as
you're so far ahead. Yeah.
Then it doesn't really matter so much like when you make like magnum mistakes.
This poor graph. Look at this graph, man. It just it like for one brief shining moment, Na'Vi was up by like 5 experience.
Yeah.
They had a 5 experience lead over
5 experience lead
over OG. Rough times, though, for Na'Vi, but a lot of it did center on the fact that the lanes went very poorly for them, right? So, Game 2, we have a better laning phase. As we said, Na'Vi has a similar style. They could just as easily be the aggressive snowballing ones going into Game 2, right?
Yes, and I think they really rely on that. Like, having a good lane, working their way through. But, I mean, all 3 lanes sort of went bad for them, so...
All right.
No time to recover.
Well, we'll see what happens. OG versus Na'Vi. We have a Game 2 coming up, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back.